Hello, casual fanatics. Shadowbird here, alongside the one and only Chibi. And since Halloween's this week, we've decided to do a Pokemon fan theory that's all about ghost types. And as you can see, my co-host here is kind of spooked about the whole thing. See, Chibi's a normal type, and ghost types and normal types don't really get along very well. So, in order to help keep her calm, I've dressed as one of ghost type's weaknesses. A dark type Pokemon, Shiny Umbreon! Okay, so I had the costume for a cosplay, but I can still use it to help pacify Chibi, can't I? So, don't worry about it, Chibi. We're only going to be talking about ghosts, okay? We're not going to be having any ghosts show up. There you go. That's my girl. Now, to start this off right, allow me to present the theory as was postulated on Cerebi.net's forums by a user named Octoboy. Quote, I actually have a theory regarding Shedinja. It's never actually explained why Nincada's molt is an entity in and of itself, but it does have the ghost type. My theory is that Shedinja is actually a primitive species of the type of ghost that Shuppet and Banette are. Think about it. Before people made toys and cloth, Banette and Shuppet wouldn't have had anything to possess, but nature does have insect molts. So perhaps there started out being one species of possessing ghost, which just possessed shed exoskeletons of insects and such, and Banette is a more recent evolutionary branch which adapted semi-symbiotically with humans to possess man-made objects, while Shedinja was the branch that continued possessing natural hosts. It would have certain advantages, considering stuffed animals have more flexible bodies than shed skins. And, this is just a speculation, maybe part of the reason Banette can move around while Shedinja can't is because Shedinja puts a lot of ghostly energy into making itself nearly invulnerable, while Banette uses that energy for propulsion instead at the cost of hard defenses. It appears that Octoboy's got a pretty well fleshed out fan theory just as it is, but of course, me being the kind of person that I am, I still feel the need to go a little deeper with this. But in order to do that, we're going to need to discuss two topics that end up being a little controversial sometimes. Ghosts as paranormal phenomena, and evolution. No, Chibi. Not that kind of evolution. Not Pokemon evolution. You're fine and adorable just the way you are. We're going to be talking about Darwinian evolution. And in fact, we might as well go ahead and start there, so that way we have some actual science to balance out the metaphysics we're going to be talking about later. The theory of evolution Darwin proposed is more often and more accurately referred to as natural selection. What that means is that sometimes a change occurs in any generation of an organism that gives it a unique quality others of its kind did not possess before. If that change gives the organism a significant advantage in its environment, then the organism will be better able to survive and pass down that difference on down the line, until that trait becomes perfected and basically becomes the default for a new species. This can happen many times over the course of millennia, or even over the course of millions of years, until what used to be an apex predator becomes a much smaller creature capable of being deep-fried and sold in buckets. Yum. Yes, that's really what paleontologists are saying happened to the dinosaurs. Not making that up one bit. And now I have broken the hearts of little kids everywhere. I'm sorry. What Octoboy suggests happened is much the same thing. That some proto-ghost type from way back in the day used to only be capable of possessing natural sources, such as insect molts or tree stumps. Over time, though, some descendants of that ancient phantasm moved into areas populated by humans and developed the ability to possess man-made objects, most likely to help ensure that it would continue to survive as humans transformed the planet. And there's your explanation for why there are so many different types of possession ghost type Pokemon. But as for the reason why ghosts are even able to animate non-living matter at all, such as a sword, or a washing machine, well, it turns out that's not something that was made up by Pokémon. In fact, there's some basis in real-life pseudoscience. So, brace yourself, kids. We're about to go ghost hunting. There are many recorded incidences in our world of objects being moved or animated by supposed spirits. Those incidences get chalked up into one of two possible haunting types. The first is a poltergeist. Yes, as in the movie. Which is a type of ghost that causes items to seemingly move around on their own, or who are responsible for spooky noises like moaning and creaking. The second is an apparition, or inanimate ghost, the appearance of a sinister-looking object or location. Good examples of this are ghost trains, yes, I'm using the one from Final Fantasy as the depiction, or the legendary Flying Dutchman ghost ship, which is an actual legend and not something made up for SpongeBob SquarePants. As for ghosts being able to imbue swords with life, such as with the Honage line, there have been countless myths from cultures all around the world of swords with supposedly magic properties or with the personalities of their wielders or smiths forged into them. Tales of such sort include the legend of the Masamune and Muramasa, which supposedly reflected the intent and personalities of the artists that created them. All told, Octoboy, if you're out there watching this right now, I'd like to let you know that you've got a really good theory going here. And to me, it makes sense both in the Pokemon world and in relation to real-world parapsychology. You know, if you believe in ghosts, which clearly my co-host does. But the bottom line is this. Ghosts, specifically ghost-type Pokemon, are subject to some of the same laws that the rest of nature is subject to. And that means that ghost types are nothing to be afraid of. No! They're something to be battled, beaten, and shoved into tiny little orb-shaped capsules. Which reminds me... Chibi, we really need to teach you Bite. That way, if any ghosts do come, you can show them what for. Does that sound good? Alright, calm down, girl, calm down. We gotta do the outro bit. Anyway, that's all we've got for this Pokemon fan theory. If you've got one you want to see in the future, either leave a comment below, Casual Mode Facebook page, or, hey, tweet it to me, at Shadowbird712. I'll add it to the list. So, until next time, I'm Jeremy, alongside Chibi, and until next time, keep it casual. Oh, f*** me. The theory of evolution that Darwin proposed is more often and more accurately the... Science is hard. I'm a shiny embryon, I'm a shiny embryon, I'm a shiny embryon, I'm a shiny embryon. What Octoboy suggests is much the same thing, that some proto-ghost type from way back in the day used to only be capable of possessing natural sources, such as insect molds, or... insect molds? We're making jello bugs? Creepy crawlers! From the looks of things, Octoboy's got a pretty well fleshed out theory there. But of course, me being the kind of person that I am, I still feel like we can possibly go even deeper. I really need to stop playing with my ears. I am a man of science! Really? It's Halloween, so we're going with the whole, oh, the show is haunted thing! Oh, there's ghosts coming after me! Are you fucking kidding me? Don't worry about it, Chibi. It's just a very highly processed ham laughing maniacally. It'll pass. Well, chalk that up as further evidence that the production values on this show are still Big fat hairy deal. Linkara had to deal with Freddy Krueger. I swear to God, if Ghost Nappa shows up...
Hi.
God damn it, Nappa.